were
We got a
debating.
question for you. I got
Yeah.
this, brother. So we've been sitting here chatting. We chat and we watch the Astros because we're big time Astros fans. And we both are in agreement that Kyle the King Tucker does not get the love that he deserves. Not even by us. Not by you, not by your mama, not by the neighbor. Like, as much as we like him, he does not get the respect he deserves. This dude is basically carrying the team right now, in my opinion. Especially on defense, which is a weird thing to say because you wouldn't expect him to do that. But he, as we speak, just robbed a home run. Robbed the home run yesterday against the Rangers to win us the game, and caught a ball on a dive in Anaheim to win us a game. Literally to win the game. So my question to Nick was, do you approach Kyle Tucker early before his 2 arbitration years are gone and really try to re-sign this dude? Because I told Nick, like, I'm going to take it a little bit harder to, if he were to leave, like more so than when Correa and Springer left, or Cole. So, like, what do you think would be fair to go to Kyle Tucker and say, what is it going to take to keep you? In your eyes, because what do you think he's worth to you?
He is a player, I mean, as we just see him get another amazing defensive play. As of right now, he is showing you offensively and defensively that he is arguably going to be one of your cornerstones with Jordan. Like, if you have a Jordan and a Tucker out there, that's, I mean, you see teams pay for that. You saw the Yankees try to get a Stanton to go with their Judge, and you see that. And you have 2 guys in their prime right now. You have a guy that's legit on Team USA representing your team, ESPN, MLB, everybody's calling him a superstar, legit superstar, putting him on the map already. I feel like he warrants – I get they're always weary of the 10, 11, 12-year deals in baseball because we see a lot of those go downhill. But I think a 7 – I mean, even if it's an extension onto what he has left, I mean –
do you feel like that to go at him with that length is disrespectful to Jordan?
I would say no, only because Jordan's health.
There's that, but also look, we only gave Jordan a 5-year deal. So my question to you, like, not my question, but like, this is how I would approach the situation, trying to not be as like a homer in the business deal. But I would go to Jordan and I'm gonna be like, look, I'm going to offer him a deal that's a little bit better than what you got. Yeah. For no reason other than I just cannot let this guy leave.
Yeah.
I'll make it up to you when your deal ends in 4 years or 5 years or whatever it is. But for the time being, understand why he's being paid more than you. And because he's just not replaceable. Like last week we had the discussion, like all the rumors about Luis Roberts coming to Houston from Chicago, and I was like, how does that possibly going to work out without Tucker going back over there? And I'm going to be quite frank, I'd rather have Tucker.
He loves the city. He loves playing at Minute Maid. He knows the field. He's welcomed by all the fans, by his teammates. I mean, what do you always say? He's the opposite of Cody Bellinger. He's what they would want Cody Bellinger to be, an outstanding player. And I mean, the dude is just an all-around great baseball player. He's that guy that people love to interview, they love to talk to about. And I feel like with the lineup today, for Dusty to say he wanted to move him out and put Jordan, and for Jordan to go to Kyle and be like, hey, I want you to stay here because, you know, it feels like those two know. Like, it's funny because we always talk about going forward. And you see Framber and Javier as like your pitchers, as like your 2 cornerstone pitchers. So when I look at the opposite side of like offensively, you know, it's more of the fact that I see the way Framber and Javier are, I see kind of Tucker and Jordan, like a 1-2 punch. And then, of course, you have your Hunter Brown, Pena type of thing where they're younger guy and then your older guys. But
see, what pisses me off about Dusty is like you and I and a lot of people that we talk to, even if they don't comment on it, I think there's a lot of people that consistently want to see Tucker bat behind Jordan at the 3-4. And the reason that Dusty pisses me off because like when I was coming up, it was so many teams like for the Red Sox, for instance, they had Manny and then they had Poppy. Or then you had a team like the Yankees that had Jeter. I mean, not Jeter, like Giambi and A-Rod. So I'm so used to having two power hitters back to back. And I was like, does Dusty realize the devastation those two could probably create batting behind one another? You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like Tucker's a homer. Like he's ours. We grew him. His freaking brother played for us when we,
I know.
You know what I'm saying, on the come up. So Tucker almost feels like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to see him leave. I really don't. Go offer that man $200 million on 5 years and see what he says.
I mean, we talked about at the beginning of the year, he had to prove it, and he took that out the water and was like, I got you. And I mean, the dude is from Team USA on, has represented the Astros in phenomenal ways, all-star, everything else. Like, dude has been stellar in all aspects of it. So I think going forward, I mean, you can be confident with a 1-2 punch in those two. And like you said, I mean, there's a lot of teams though that were hitting with the 3-4. I mean, Philly did it against us in the World Series. It was literally Bryce Harper and Schwarber like for the longest. I was like, all right, I get it.
Do you feel like Tucker is the best? And you know how much I hate this term, but you're going to get the question if I use it. Do you think that he's the best two-way player the Astros have in terms of on bat and defensive quality?
I was going to use that earlier, but I didn't. Yeah.
I agree. Like I really feel like the most bang for the buck comes from Kyle Tucker. It's just ridiculous the thought of not paying this dude just yet.
He's like on our team per se, he's like a very rich man's like Chas McCormick.
You know what he is? Just back to reference in basketball, he's our Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Because you forget about him because of all the star power around him, but the second you turn your head, he's gonna smack you one time. And I love it, bro. He's goofy. He don't cause problems. You don't hear nothing bad about Tucker ever. Like what more do you want for an Astro?
Yeah, that is a guy. I mean, you're starting to see him in the HEB commercials. You're starting to see them push him more, and it's kind of sad because I mean, he's been balling, but this is the first year where he's taken another step forward. It felt like, and I mean, ESPN said that day, this dude's a superstar. Like,
yeah.
And people were on social media. Like, of course, you get people that don't know baseball, but there was a lot of baseball fans around the league that were like, "Yeah, I remember him in like playing for Team USA. Like, yeah, this dude's
the dude hit 2 home runs in his first 2 at bats in Game 1 of the World Series last year. Yeah. Like he put us up by 5 we blew the lead, but he single-handedly put up 5 runs to start the World Series. So like, and the only reason I'm bringing that up is like you and I and any Astros fan who got a lick of sense knows 1 or 2 things is going to happen in a Kyle Tucker season. Either he's going to start ridiculously slow, or he's going to start out on fire and then go through a dumbass slump. So you don't know what's going to happen, but something's going to happen. You just have to ride it out with him. Yeah. Because somewhere between the start and stop of it, he's going to wear gloves, and then once he takes them off, he's back.
Yeah, and you see that with all the players. I mean, Bryce Harper struggling, Aaron Judge had his slumps and all that stuff. So you'll see it with them, but it's the greats that can figure it out and then come back and plateau, especially like you said, though, playoffs, World Series, when we needed it, dude showed up. We did not have to worry about it. There was no part of me that was like, oh, man, Tucker's going out.
He chased that ball down out of bounds to catch the last out to win the World Series. You know what I'm saying?
What I said. Like, I'm all for the fact of proving, but I feel as of right now, I mean, I understand right now it's trade deadline. That's what Dana is going for. But I think after that, going forward, your next thing is Kyle Tucker. That should be the first thing on your list of what am I going to do next? And because I agree, we lost Springer, we lost Correa, we've replaced them, and we're like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. Hey, we got Chaz, we got Pena. But Tucker, that one will hurt. That one will sting a bit because.
Let me ask you this: well, who's more imperative to re-sign, Tucker or Fromber?
I think Tucker. And the only reason why I say that is the Astros.
That's a tough question right there.
It is tough with me, but for me, it feels like if I'm as confident as I am in Hunter Brown,
True.
and as confident as I am in the way that we trade for pitchers, it seems, in our years of being really good.
You're right. Damn, I didn't think about it. Hunter, young. Luis Garcia, young. JP France, 27, but he might give you 5 or 6 more years if it works out right. So I get where you're coming from. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe Tucker is more imperative to re-sign. We're going to get backlash for that one right there. You know that, right?
Yeah, people are going to be like, no, you need your ace. You need your ace. And I get it. Hey, you need an ace. Hey, pitching, we've seen it. Pitching is wins championships. But as we just saw in 2 games, it don't matter how good your pitcher is, Kyle Tucker has saved his pitcher twice. He saved his closer and he saved Framber.
Mm-hmm.
If not, this game would be tied right now.
The point is, put some respect on Kyle Tucker's name, people. He deserves it. Like his name should be mentioned. I mean, I guess to an extent it is, but when you think of the Astros, Yordan, Altuve, Tucker, like those guys should be in the front.
Yeah, I think it was a perfect thing when him and Yordan went out together, and it was like, all right, these are your 1-2 punch.
Yeah,
like just being realistic. Like you let everybody know, like, oh yeah, good luck with those 2 guys out there because they can hit it out of any part in any time.
The dude is just so good. When we played, who did we play after we played the Angels? Oakland.
Yeah.
This dude had a game where he had 4 hits, and every hit came with a full count, which means like you're taking pitchers, you're laying off pitches, like, and then you're clutch when you need to be. Like that's next level baseball play right there to me.
This dude here is. And you said the word best, clutch. Like, when it's needed, I mean, he does ground outs to everybody, but when he's needed, all right, those gloves come on or they come off, and you'll know it's a different Tucker. It's a totally different game. But yeah, I think this is the one where a lot of fans will agree. Pay the man. That's all you keep in. Pay the man. What do you want, King? What do you want? I got you.
What do you want, King? Screw LeBron. We got the King.
Exactly. Ain't nobody got me. Tucker got me. All right, Houston. It's hot out there. Stay hydrated. I know majority of you probably won't agree with the Framber comment, but I know y'all all got love for Kyle Tucker. He's one of those that for sure it gets love from a lot of fans, but we still kind of disrespect his name a bit.
It's not that we disrespect it. It's that we don't give it enough respect. And just for that, keep checking back with us because we got Astros merch coming, and I do believe that there's a Kyle Tucker shirt coming with it.
It's going to be a good one. Y'all make sure to be looking at our Facebook at the SLG Network. We're going to have our store right here on YouTube with some merch coming up also. It's going to be all Houston Astros, Texans, Rockets, all that stuff, man. Y'all make sure to drop a like, subscribe. It does amazing for you. Got any questions? Drop them in the comments below. We'll read them out. Any good ones, we'll make a video for y'all. But that being said, Houston, we're out of here. Enjoy it. Later.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.